Right, viewers, we got some breaking news coming in right now in connection with the India versus South Africa second test. South Africa has set India a target of 79 runs. Bumrah has starred with the ball with 6 for 61 in the second innings. Now, this is the India versus South Africa match that we're talking about. The match swinging from one end to the other, and India will now have to chase down a target of 79 to win. Joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Himanshu. Himanshu, this has been an incredible test match. South Africa first getting bowled out for 55, and in the second innings as well, barring Aiden Markram's innings, nobody really has again batted anywhere close to what they usually do. Talk us through, one, the performance of the Indian seamers. Siraj in the first innings, Bumrah in the second innings. This is the third ever occasion that Indian seamers have picked up all 20 wickets, and also a special mention for Aiden Markram, who's pretty much scored over 60% of the runs for South Africa.
Absolutely, Ashish. A very good afternoon to our viewers. And as you said, the match has been swinging from one end to the other. I would also like to say the match has been pretty much bouncing from one end to the other. It's a pitch which has seen so much variable bounce, so unlike any South African wicket that we have seen. Anyone who's grown up watching cricket through the 90s or the last decade would know that South African pitches are bouncy, but they are true. This has been an exception, an aberration, and it turned the match itself into a battle of attrition. The batsman could have looked like getting out at any point of time during the innings. Every delivery could have turned out to be a wicket-taking delivery. And as you said, Markram definitely deserves a special mention. Batting in such tough conditions, the way he played, the composure that he showed, the kind of strokes that he managed to play of the Indian seamers, particularly Bumrah and Siraj, were exceptional. However, the Indian bowlers did fight back hard after being... And remember, India lost 6 wickets for no runs. A rather inglorious record, first time ever. But then the Indian bowlers again came back hard in the second innings, and to dismiss South Africa for 178, though they would concede that they maybe have given 20 odd extra, but still a target of 79 is chaseable, might not be easy. And the way India is batting in the first innings definitely looks like it will be a bit of a chase. India does has a battle on its hand, but we are very hopeful that India will manage to win and in all likelihood level the series, Ashish.
Also, Himanshu, a quick follow-up question on that. A lot is being said about pitches in India every time the match ends in a 3-day or a 2-day finish. But right now we are seeing similar things happening in South Africa. Do you think this is again some sort of a double standard as far as Test cricket is concerned, wherein in the subcontinent, if the matches end early, we're talking about the wickets more than the bowlers. But on the other hand, if it happens in Sena countries, the talk is all about the bowlers and nobody talks about the pitch.
Absolutely, Ashish. That's a very good question. And as you said, Sena countries can actually prepare any sort of surface, but they never really undergo any kind of scrutiny. And if you remember during the World Cup, the Ahmedabad pitch came under scrutiny because it was supposedly slow and not befitting a World Cup final. But then the questions will also arise on this surface, which has seen variable bounce from the first over on the first day itself. And it would be very interesting to see what the match referee actually does say in his report, because this is clearly not a good test match surface. Remember that famous confrontation, so to speak, which R. Ashwin had with the journalists back in England last year, where he said that who is actually deciding a good surface? Is it a surface which the MCC or the former custodians of the game think is good, which only seems? Or conditions in the subcontinent which actually help the spinners are also good. But the crux of the matter does remain that the pitch has to be true. It has to help both the bowlers and the batsmen. And this pitch clearly does not do that. It is lopsided. It entirely favors the seamers. The ball is absolutely rising like a spitting cobra of the length. And this will be very interesting to see that whether this pitch is actually rated poor by the match referee or not.
Right, Himanshu. Of course, this will add on to the larger debate as to who decides what a good pitch is. But again, at the end of the day, we are talking about consistency, variable bounce, and this pitch clearly was lacking in all of that. Appreciate you joining us on the broadcast there with all those details. Shifting our focus now to some politics.